What's up, guys? Welcome back to Miami Dolphins Syndicate. It's Friday, right before game time, or, well, playoff weekend, super wild card weekend, whatever they want to call it. Obviously, this week hasn't been exactly what we thought it would be. I forgot to put out a video earlier this week that was going to talk about what we need to happen this week, right? And what we needed to happen was Tua needs to clear concussion protocol. We need Teron Armstead to at least have one limited practice. And we just need some kind of return game, special teams game. And so far, we don't know Teron Armstead's status for Friday's practice as of yet. However, for his Wednesday and Thursday practices, he did not participate with a toe, pec, hip, knee injury. Like Jacob said yesterday, pretty much every extremity you can possibly think of. Sorry for the little camera shake there. Tua, now I have my conspiracies. I think it's more of an NFL optics thing as to why he hasn't been cleared from concussion protocol, being that if they're so adamant that it's only his second concussion, why is he not back yet? You know, Kenny Pickett's back, T. Higgins is back. It's been floating all over Dolphins Twitter. Why isn't Tua cleared? Now, don't get me wrong. It's the player before the game. I want Tua to be healthy, and if the doctors really do want to hold him out as a precaution, because that first concussion was, pretty nasty, then I'm fine with that. It is what it is, because this team, as it is not even as good as it's going to get. We're down, I think I saw for our fifth starting tackle. Because we're down possibly to our Armstead, Austin Jackson, that's two starters. Then after that, we had Kendall Lamb, Eric Fisher, both down. So then we have Kendall Lamb, I already mentioned Kendall Lamb. We have Greg Little, who's possibly going to start at left tackle. And then we have someone that possibly hasn't played at all this year, going to be starting at right tackle, because Brandon Shell, I completely forgot. Yeah, so we're down 5 tackles. That's insane. So we're down 5 tackles, and so this offensive line, it could very well possibly look like from left to right. Left tackle being Greg Little, left guard Liam Meikenberg has actually missed practice. But I mean, he should play. I think he was no, he was not limited when Thursday. So if he does play, it could be kind of sketchy. So Liam might not play. So it looks like maybe Robert Jones at left guard, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, and then who at right tackle? Like who's gonna play right tackle? We don't have anyone that can play tackle. It's going to have to be someone from the practice squad, most likely. But yeah, it's kind of just like, it's all out of whack. And it's just been kind of a hectic week. I know all the Dolphins fans so excited to go into Wild Card Weekend, possibly getting Tua back. Finally made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, since 2016, 2017. And even back then, we had a backup quarterback going in a wild card weekend. So it's really messed up to be a Dolphins fan right now. I can't even lie to you guys. It's like, where's the light at the end of the rainbow? Because even then, like, do we have clarity on Tua? It's gonna be really fun watching him in the Pro Bowl, though. Watching him in the skills challenges and stuff like that. That's gonna be cool watching him do that. With Tyreek Hill and Christian Wilkins, whoever else goes, Xavier Howard. Speaking of Xavier Howard, he has practiced this week. He should be playing. Bradley Chubb should be playing too. But I'm gonna really talk about Skylar Thompson, Teddy Bridgewater situation. So Teddy Bridgewater has been practicing in a limited fashion with that dislocated pinky. He's been said to be working his tail off, trying with his rehabilitation to try to get back on the field. Now, with that, some reporters have seen him making 20-yard throws. So can he throw 20 yards? How well can he? Is he accurate? Is it on a line? And you know what? I think with how this is progressing, it's most likely going to be Skylar. And now Skylar has, by far on the team, as far as our quarterbacks go, the most athleticism and the biggest arm. The problem with that, though, is Teddy and Tua were so similar in how they threw the ball. Now, Tua's anticipation is much better than any of them, in accuracy, much better than any of them. But at least the offense operated similarly for the other players while Teddy was in. So this offense has to kind of transform with Skylar. And we didn't really see that last week. We saw a lot of the same. And so going into this game, what needs to happen is we need to adjust to Skylar's skill set. We need to go all in on Skylar Thompson for this one game and just make it work. We don't know if Raheem's going to be playing or not. He has a broken thumb. He hasn't been ruled out. Mike McDaniel was quoted saying, I'm not going to be the 1500th guy to tell Raheem what he can't do. So, Raheem might be a go. I don't know how well he's going to be able to grip a football with a broken thumb. So that's going to be interesting to kind of watch and see. Alec Ingold's going to be playing with a club. So we'll see about that. I mean, both of those guys just had surgeries on their hands. So that's great. Although I am really high on Savon Ahmed. Sorry. He struggles a little bit in pass protection and in the pass game, like running routes and stuff. He's similar to Brian Robinson in the sense his vision and just being able to see the hole and hit it with speed. Now, Brian Robinson is better in the fact that he can run you over. Savon Ahmed's not really going to do that. However, I really like that matchup. So him going with Jeff Wilson, who will run you over. So I like the little speed and power back situation we got going there a little bit. Other than that, we don't have really any other running backs on roster. So it looks like it's going to be just those two splitting carries, unless they elevate someone. I think it could very possibly have Ezukama back up for this game again if Mostert ends up being out. Now, with all that, the offense that I was kind of saying that they have to transform into, they have to create more checkdowns, more 5 to 10 yard routes, not these 15 to 20 yard routes, because Skylar doesn't trust what he sees. Now, he doesn't feel like he has the ability to throw someone open. So we saw plenty of times in this last game where Waddle and Hill were running open 30 yards downfield and they were breaking free from the safety, and he just put the ball, like Tua has so often this season, in a perfect place that it's a touchdown. And he goes and checks it down to the running back. Oh, we're running out of running backs, guys. But what we do have are very good blocking receivers. What we do have are very fast receivers. Craycraft is back. He was in there blocking. Sherfield is a very good blocker, and he's also decently fast. Ezukama is a burner. Tyreek Hill, fastest guy in the league. Jalen Waddle, top 5 fastest guy in the league. Now, we have these burners. If we can get some kind of screen game going, that'll help a lot. Now, the Bills are getting Micah Hyde back. Or they activated his practice window. They haven't officially activated him as of yet. That may change by the time this recording is dropped. But at this very second, he has not been activated. He has just been in practice. So we need to put up points against the Bills. Now, we did beat them earlier in the season by pretty much, the bend don't break mentality. The issue with that is back then, and I know people are trying to be positive, I'm going to be positive with you guys. I'm the positive guy. Jacob's the negative guy, or he calls himself a realist, but he's, you know, more negative than I am. I'm the overly optimistic guy. And so I'm going to give us hope. And the hope here is kind of dissipating. We're trying to find that glimmer of hope. So I'm going to give you guys realistic hope scenarios. So unlike, you know, the bend don't break week 3 victory over the Bills, it's a little bit different because in that game we had Brandon Jones, we had Nick Needham, we had Ogba. Now we didn't have Chubb, and you know, our linebackers were playing a little bit better than they are now, but you know, Cater was still very raw at that point. So Cater's gotten a lot better. However, we don't have Nick Needham. He's our 3rd best corner. We don't have Brandon Jones, our 2nd best safety, besides Javon Holland. So we need to figure out what happened in the last game. We gave up over 30 points. We gave up that 7-minute drive to allow them to kick a game winner. So we were able to stop them on their attempt at a game-winning drive, the game that we won. So we need to be able to stop that. We need to be able to put up points on a defense that both times we played hasn't had Micah Hyde. Everybody forgets he was an all-pro. He had a neck injury. I'm not sure how well that's going to like set him back or whatever. So I'm rambling, but it's okay. So going into this, we need to be able to match points, which doing that, we need to activate our best players and we need to bring everything back. This isn't Tua at quarterback. We need to play to Skyler's strengths and we need to give him the ability. Rollouts are great for this guy. He has the athleticism to say, hey, it's not there. Let me run for it. Let me run a couple yards. Now, he does struggle with injuries, just like every other quarterback on our roster. So we do need to protect him and say, hey, if this isn't there, or if you can run and get 2 yards and then slide, that's fine. If you can run and get 6 yards and then slide, that's fine. But if you have to take a massive hit to get 6 yards for the first down in the first quarter, forget it, bro. Run out of bounds, throw the ball away. It's you got to protect your quarterback at this point because Teddy's probably going to be active. He was active last game, but we don't know what his skill set is. We don't know what he can do as far as throwing the ball. We know he's better with his reads than Skyler. We know he's a little bit more accurate than Skyler. But how good is his accuracy right now? We don't know that. Skyler, once he got settled into the Pats game, he was a lot more accurate, and he had that dime of a throw to Mike Gesicki for the touchdown. And then the following game, on 3rd and 10, backed up on the goal line, he threw a strike on the run to Tyreek Hill to get a first down, 15 yards downfield. And that was one of the best passes I've seen all season, including what Tua has done. So that just shows you he has the ability to do that. So if we can give him a couple of those, hey, that's a badass throw, like get him hyped up, give him that confidence. If he throws a couple interceptions, so what? What do we have to lose? We don't have anything to lose at this point. What? We lose, we're out of the playoffs. You throw an interception, so what? Defense, get back on the field. We're playing. This is win or die. Now, it's probably die. If I'm gonna be quite honest, and it's like my fear, and this really sucks to say this. My fear, this is gonna be my final thoughts, is that if we do win this game, it means Danny Crossman's coming back. Josh Boyer's coming back. I have been adamant about firing those two. More Boyer this year, but I've been saying Crossman for the last 3 years. The drop-off between Darren Rizzi and Danny Crossman has me losing my mind. The blocking arrangements that they have on returns and everybody's complaining about, oh, Cedric Wilson doesn't do anything. Who has? Tyreek Hill returned punts for us earlier in the season. He didn't do anything. Jalen Waddle returned punts for us last season. He didn't do anything. Javon Holland, everybody's like clamoring. Like, he returned punts in college. He did well. He's not doing it. No one's doing anything. And it's not a matter of they don't have the ability. It's that they don't have the blocking. Tyreek Hill might have had some space if they didn't absolutely shank that punt last week. But, you know, this in order to win this game, the team needs to play well in all three phases. If they do that, I worry that changes that need to be made won't be made. However, if they don't do that, we lose. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. However, who loses if we win? Who loses if we win? Think about that. All right, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Go Dolphins. I'll see you Sunday afternoon for a live stream. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. My final thoughts on the score. Jacob gave his yesterday. It was 35-20 or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be like 35-13. Jason Sanders makes all his field goals. Let's go, Sanders.